Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Luke from Guild Umber. I have my sweet tea, I have my cigarette, and it's time to roll. Um, okay, in this video, we are going to talk about. Uh, gosh, I'm sure you guys wanted to hear that. Um, in this video, we're going to talk about the. See, I just flustered myself. The tanking warrior. Before we jump into the stats and priorities, as a warrior, you're a melee heavy armor class. And you have two stances. One stance is called Juggernaut, and the active of Juggernaut is it increases your assault power, but it also resets your cooldowns. Any cooldowns that on your spells that you have already used, it resets these for you. The second stance is Bulwark. Bulwark decreases the amount of damage you do, but it increases your mitigation by a certain amount. The active on Bulwark, basically what it does is it does this little red shield on you and reduces. Excuse me. Damn cigarettes. It it basically reduces the damage you take. So it's a defensive cooldown that you would use as in my experience, as tanking with the tanking warrior. I was about to say DPS warrior. How about that? Anyway, let's dive right in. The first stat for the tanking warrior that you want to put a priority on, not a huge one, because real quick I want to describe that as a tank in WildStar. It seems to be in your best interest to balance your stats. Okay, in the current state of the game, tech being your first primary stat, there it goes. Being your first primary stat provides you support power. Support power does more damage with support power abilities. Okay. So it doesn't always translate into more threat, though, is where I'm getting at. Certain abilities that you have as the warrior, and this is the case with any tank in WildStar, produce threat, okay, by using them. This just produces more damage, okay, to add to the threat of the ability usage, okay. So next primary stat is Insight. What Insight does is it adds deflect critical hit chance rating, or excuse me, deflect critical hit rating, and gives you deflect rating. So again, I'd almost put as much a priority on this as I would on tech. That's just my opinion from my experience. Okay. The next primary stat would be base health. Okay, followed very closely by finesse, which gives you strike through rating and crit severity rating. It's just a bonus to have crit severity rating. You're more focused on getting your strike through as quickly as possible, especially for you raiders out there, or people interested in raiding, to 12% strike through. Okay, so that covers the primary attributes that you look into as the tanking warrior. The secondary stats that you'd focus on are support power, followed very closely by deflect chance, deflect critical hit chance. Then you'd go base max health or base health. Then strike through is really close to max health. Some could argue that strike through is more important than max health, and you know, it's a priority you, the player, have to you know, whenever you tank, and this is true in other MMOs too, is you have to do a lot of balancing of your stats to see if it's producing a better, you know, if you're producing better results. I don't know if I explained that right, but you know, you have to balance these stats out. In my experience with the warrior tanking so far, and I'm hoping they fix a little bit, they still have a lot of issues with mitigation damage. In fact, the Stalker has the same issue, but in the Warrior's case, you have very few abilities, like the Stalker did, to get health back. Yeah, you have abilities as the Warrior that you don't have as the Stalker by that you use that will increase your shield. Um, you know, but I feel like the Stalker is the better tank in the current state of the game than the Warrior. Of the melee tanks. Okay, that's my opinion based off my experience of playing both classes. Now, keep in mind, I only really leveled a Warrior to about, I'd say, close to 30. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody will tell me anyway. But anyway, this covers our stat priority video for the tanking Warrior. If you like what you saw, hit those like buttons on YouTube. If you want to follow me, for you Twitch users, please do so, so you can get more content. Like I said in my last few videos, I'm having a blast with this stuff. I mean, I'm freaking tired from work right now, but I'm absolutely having a blast. I'm excited for open beta tomorrow. If you haven't, you know, gotten into WildStar, and you're sort of like I was early on, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be another WoW clone, and it is, but it's different. Give it a try. Pop on their website, check them out, um, and see if you can get a key to get in. The open beta will run, consecutive days, unlike the past events where you had weekend betas, where it was like Friday through Sunday, and it was cut off. This is a straight through open beta. So, go check it out. Get some more info if you're interested. If not, at least I hope you enjoyed this video. Tune in next time as we'll jump into some tanking builds, or I might do a tanking overview build. I don't know yet, like I did with the Esper. Gonna kind of take a look at it after I turn this video off and see what we can pump out. Okay, guys. This is Luke from Guild Umbra. I love my guild. If you're interested in playing this game, jump in, guys. Jump in. We do need people that are cool, that don't mind, getting on the front lines and running with us. We have a lot of fun together. This concludes our video. Hope you guys had a good time. We'll see you next time. This is Luke from Guild Umbra, signing off.